Well, this is the start of the second day of my trip up to the borders, fishing the rivers that run into the Solway. Yesterday, really, a lot of the decisions I made were wrong. I decided to wear thigh waders and I decided to use my new long-bellied line without realising there was a savage upstream wind, which, to be honest, it cocked most of the day up. I did fish, but not anywhere near as efficiently as I normally do. The high spot was that huge salmon, and it was huge. I think it was probably mid-20s. Saw it really well. It came out. Unfortunately, I didn't have the GoPro on as usual. So today we're looking for, hopefully the wind will be in a slightly different direction compared to this river. Later on there's thunderstorms, heavy thunderstorms forecast. So that's this afternoon, so I don't know how that'll affect me. I'm putting the same rod up, and I'm just going to concentrate on fly fishing this morning. It's fairly low conditions, bit of a bright day. Oh, there is a lot of cloud which could give us cloud cover later, but it'll be small flies and just fishing through the beach steadily. Then I might come back to the car and I might possibly change onto small mep spinners, see if I can get an early sea trout, which run this river quite a lot. So we'll see how we do. Well, it's a lovely morning to be on the river. Not the best fishing conditions, like, but absolutely stunning. Looks like I've got the beat completely to myself today. Nobody else booked on. Fish right into the edge on this pool. Have to lie down this inside. I really do think I've got more chance of an early sea trout than a salmon today. Maybe I'll be right on that, sort of thing. Well, it's fishing nice down, little like stoat's tail type tube, tiny little tube with double hook on. Probably about 3/4 of an inch. This is probably the best part of that pool now, but it's very low and it's very clear, and it's very unlikely that We're going to get a take. There's no sign of any fish moving. So we're beginning to wonder if we come to the wrong river. Time will tell, but I think with the sun and the water, there is cloud cover, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have a couple more casts and go back and have a cup of tea and try and wait till it gets a little bit more cloudy, overcast, on the take the sun off the water. But I'm not in any great rush. There's nobody else on the beat, there's nobody behind me pushing me on, so I'm getting used to this line a bit more. It's a lot easier with an upstream wind. I have to admit, I did go on YouTube last night and have a look at one or two tutorials and what I know I'm doing wrong, but it just reminds you there's so many things you can do wrong on a survey cast. Too much effort, not enough effort, too fast, too slow. Don't stop the rod. It's probably what I did there, don't do then. The fly's going out, that's all that matters. Not stopping in mid-air like yesterday. Ah, no. Sun's gone behind a cloud. I always think you have a lot more chance of a take. I know that's not absolutely scientific, but and then the question is, do I strip or do I just go really slow? Water should be warming up, so it should be more active. Maybe stripping is the way ahead. So what I'm going to do now, I think, is, because there's nobody behind me, I can just dead drift one right to the edge and then next one strip it back for the last third. You'd think that the salmon lie right out in the middle, but they actually lie on this ledge, on this edge, right at the edge of the current, especially when there's a bit more water in. Wow, what a beautiful day, what a day to be out on the river. Out there, I think that's where the main lie is on this pool. I'll strip this one back once it straightens. So this is the complete opposite of this is a downstream wind, which is, if you've got a choice of the two, I always prefer the downstream. Still annoying, still causes trouble, but upstream just is absolutely hard, almost impossible. And with a weight forward line, you can shorten your line and just fish shut. But with this sort of line, you really need all the line out to cast. That's not going to go. Right, I think I'll call it a day for now. I'm going to grab a cup of tea and then we'll come back and have another go. Might change fly, go on a slightly heavier fly. This is quite light, and then go right through the pool. At the tail of the pool I think there's a good sea trout lie. But anyway, I don't know if you can see all the tadpoles down here. Absolutely clouds of them. Thousands of big shoal. You can see them for reflection. Black with them. This was a spot, if you remember, I don't know if you subscribed, you might have seen the one earlier in the year when it got flooded off. This was a worming. Oh, pheasant just landed in the water. No, they've not seen that ever before. So can pheasant swim? He's doing it. I don't know if he's going under. Go on, son. That's the first for me. I've never seen a pheasant land in the water before. We haven't been shot. He's going to make it. I don't know if it's doing, I think that's a breaststroke leg kick. Or is it a doggy paddle? Or is it a... He's getting there. Go on, son. Out he goes. Early bath. Go on, get out then. Yes. Because it went a bit faster river. Yeah, so as I was saying, this was where I was fishing and I went on the worm, and I reckon it was about 3-4 foot deep, so it's down to ankle. Now in the summer level, I think it's just a little bit too low for what I was going to do. I was going to go back and get a little mep spinner. You get shoals of sea trout on this part here. I've had sea trout off here before, but it's been higher than this. That's a fish out there, a rock. Sometimes see sea trout here in the middle. Oh, I can see a sea trout. I can see a sea trout there. Probably won't be able to make it out. Just there, about, what will it be, 10 metres out. Just one on its own, which is quite unusual. Well, we fished 3 hours with fly. Been up and down, they've been right down at the bottom. Haven't seen that. So I need cheering up, and today we're going to be cheered up by Eccles Cakes. They don't sponsor me, but real Lancashire. Most people when we say Lancashire will feel from Yorkshire. Real Lancashire Eccles Cake and a cup of tea to cheer me up. I've been pondering while I've been fishing the tail of that pool, thinking about the sea trout, an early sea trout. Why do we do it? Why do I drive 2.5 hours up here? Costs quite a lot of money to stay at the accommodation. Got to pay for your fishing all day long on your own, working probably harder than you do at work. And why do we do it? And I can't answer that. But all I know is, when I've done it, I feel a lot better. Sometimes it's not that enjoyable when you're fishing, even the conditions are bad. Like yesterday was borderline not enjoyable because of the wind. I'm using as I mentioned before, I think it's a gale force equaliser, 63 foot new line that I've got, 910 weight, which would probably be better off with a 15 foot rod. Mine's only 13.5 foot. It's a lot easier today because the wind's in a different direction, so I am managing okay, and I can feel myself getting better with it all the time. So at least that's something. I've got used to a new line. Kept my old line just in case I couldn't use it, but I can use it. So I'll keep on with it. And yeah, so cheering up with Eccles Cakes. My word. So I'm going to the top pool now. There's a pool right up at the top here. I'm going to fish for a couple of hours on there. I'm not going to thrash it. My back's pulling already. So I'll have a couple of hours maybe, unless there's some fish about, and then you get excited and carry on forever, don't you? But the plan is another couple of hours, and then possibly go back for an early soak and a bath, a few beers, and something to eat. And then tomorrow will be the third day, which is as usual half a day. Normally fish will late lunchtime, depending on what's happening. I'm thinking about possibly going back to the same pool where I saw that big salmon. I don't think on these conditions it would move from that pool. And it's not this river. It's a different river, but the reason I don't mention what river it is because I'm not allowed to do by the owners of the water. So I'll give you a rough idea that all these rivers flow into the Solway. I know it's normally called something like Border Raid or Border Spring Salmon or something. So I'm on the Scottish Border. There's lots of rivers up here to fish. That's why I love it. You've got a huge choice. So yeah, so I'm going to continue with my Eccles Cake and my cup of tea, and then hopefully we'll get back to a little bit. The weather's due to change very shortly. It's supposed to be drizzly and then thunderstorms, so we might be able to get some video of some lightning, possibly. Yeah, see you later on. Cheers. Oh. Just trying to fish towards middle at pool. Bit too far for me to cast down there, so I've casted as far as I can with that, and just feeded her a couple of metres of line out, 3 or 4 metres of line out, so it goes right down, and just figure of 8 it back, a couple of turns, then just varying what I'm doing. Whether there's anything in this pool I'm not sure. Haven't seen anything, which is unusual for this pool because they do bounce about in here a lot. So just feed a few metres out. A well out pool now. You can't really fish from this side because it's like a dead, on this height of water it's dead. It's a dead water to 2/3 of the way across really. You can fish the tail, well before you get to the tail, but it is very low for this time of year now. Although the forecast, as I keep saying, is we're going to get some. It's too late for me though, because I'm going tomorrow. I don't think, unless it were to come, I don't know what time the tides are. You're only you're not that far from the tide here. We've got a couple of foot, or a foot and a half down before it got dark. I suppose it might make a difference for morning if I do fish this river. Still not sure. I'll look at the levels and the forecasts tonight. I enjoy that decision where I'm going to fish late on over a beer. See, we're back to an upstream wind now. That's the first time it stopped. I don't know. I don't know if it's me or this line. Coming round well though, fishing round well this bit. When there's a run of salmon, sometimes they'll line up on this edge about 7-8 metres out. It just collapses the last couple of metres when there's an upstream wind. Probably me doing it wrong. I need to go for lessons. Keep saying it. Oh, this is a nice little part of the pool. It's deepened off again. Shallow further up there, and it deepens off here. And I've been told there's some lies on this. Well, it's different every year because, as you can see with the growling boulders, it moves wherever there's a flood. There used to be some lies in the middle here, so and it is quite a change to be able to get round here, because when it's on the normal height, it's quite treacherous wading, so you can actually see what you're doing now. But still nothing doing. I'm really getting out now with this line, really starting to learn how to do it. Yeah, well, we're getting towards the end of the second day, so look, yeah, possibly another hour. I've just about given up hope of any fish, but at least my casting's improving. Daft killing yourself when it's like this. Unfortunately, because I'm not local, I've got to go. I booked the accommodation well, quite often, 4 or 5 weeks in front, so I've not really got much control over what the conditions are like, but I'm quite happy to fish whatever the good Lord throws at us. Or Mother Nature, whichever you prefer. Anyway, we'll if nothing happens, I'll probably see you on tomorrow, the final morning.